Hello, and welcome to my first 14 stream. I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for probably the better part of 4 years, and until now, I didn't stream any of it. I'm gonna give a shot. We're gonna be starting in Realm Reborn, of course, with a new character, and we're gonna start in Gridania, just because I've never started in Gridania before. I had 2 previous characters, and I've started in Ul'dah, and I've also started in Limsa, but the Gridania story would be new to me, so I wanted to give that a shot. I've also never played a female character before, so we're gonna start there. Actually, what I'm going to do, instead of queuing right away to enter the game, we're gonna watch the opening cinematic, because the opening cinematic gives you a little bit of a starting point for 14. Not everything that happened in the game, I know, for some of the other openings, but the first one kind of gives you the story of the original battle at Cartano and the fall of Dalamud and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna buckle up and we're gonna watch the Realm Reborn demo and title. And I'm gonna get out of the way really quick. I love that they did the expansions, like a cinematic for every expansion. There's Dalamud the Red Moon. They just put so much work into these, and they're so good. That is Limsa Lominsa, Ul'dah, and Gridania. And that is the Grand Companies banding together to fight off the Garlean Empire. I really love the original party that the cinematics put together. So we have Meteor, and I think you meet the other characters and they have names, but Meteor stays the title character, or the fill-in character for all of the trailers. Look, young Sid. And that is one of the seals that was on this big red moon, because that's no moon. Bahamut. What a cool shield. I wonder who cast it. Hey! That would be Louis Leveilleur. So, this is at least something that actually happened in 1.0. You had the Scions activating the power of these stones that the 12 left behind, and basically they pray to have Bahamut resealed. So the symbols of the 12 are here. Louis Swat giving Thaliak's sign. And he gives himself up. So when we reawaken, also I love the 14 chocobos so much. They're just so cute. So that is one of the, oh, Ishtola. Ida and Papalibo. I love Gridania so much. Thancred, whose hair looks really dark in this cinematic. Odin. Maybe we'll get to meet him at some point. Odin's scary. I've only done the Odin Fate, I think, twice. Oh! What a conspicuous looking spire, huh? And here we are. So we've been sent away. And we can see and that is we've been sent to a Realm Reborn. So that is some of the backstory to Realm Reborn. told through a lovely cinematic again, that I think they did a fantastic job on, and we are gonna log in as if it was the first time, on our newly created, Camellia Ka. She's starting in Gridania. Yes. Server congestion. The server's always congested. That's okay. It just has allergies. I decided to play a female ARR, one, because they're really cute, two, because I was playing around with the character creator and I really like this hairstyle. Almost like it looks like my current hairstyle. And I've never played a female character before, so I decided to pick Aura, because why not? I've played male Aura, I've played male Elizin, I've played a male Viera. I was a Lalafell for like a month and a half. So here we go. I'm gonna scoot over just a little bit. Hear, feel. Oh no. Hearing, feeling, and thinking about who that guy in black could be. So we did choose Archer to start with so that we could start in Gridania. It looks like that gentleman in black is somebody we're gonna have to defeat, huh? So yeah, on my my normal character, I'm actually all the way done with current MSQ. So I figured this was a nice way to go back and kind of remember some things and re-experience the story. And I know they have New Game Plus, but I would rather do this. Oi! Are you alright, lass? You were moaning in your sleep, and sweating buckets besides. That'll be the ether, I reckon. Some people are more prone to ether sickness than others. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. How annoying, huh? Cute. Are you feeling better, Kupo? You can see us. I had a feeling you could, Kupo. We're Moogles, and we live in this wood. Normal folks can't see or hear us, which makes you special, Kupo. And seeing as how you're special, maybe you can tell us something. The wood's been restless of late, lots of strange things happening. Have you chanced to witness anything suspicious, Kupo? But of course you haven't. You've only just arrived. Well, nothing for it then. We'll just have to keep looking. Nice to meet you, Kupo. Moogles are great. This is probably my second favorite iteration of them, besides in 12. They stole the last of his wine. Gridania's still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're awake, how about you keep me company until we get there? Those young'uns don't much care for conversation, you see. Bremen's the name, and peddlin's my trade. As for your good self, judging by your unusual garments, I'm say you are one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it! Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory, now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business. These days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? We became an adventurer just because. Well, if you aren't inclined to tell, I ain't about to cry. Might be as old Bremen's a chatterbox, but he sure as hells ain't no busybody. We all have a secret or three, don't we? Me? Dozens. And I'd rather they stayed secret too, which is why I don't go sticking my nose where it ain't welcome. Just remember, there are more important things than fortune and glory, like breathing. There's no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Halt. Go no further. So the Wood Whalers are, peacekeeper force, basically? What's all this, then? Wha- What's going on? Skirmish has broken out up ahead with the XIV. For your own safety, you must remain here until... Ooh. Bloody hells. We shall hold them here. Try and break clear. That was too bleedin' close. Nice of the Ixal to send us a welcoming party, though, eh? Joking aside, this won't be the last time you meet those feathered fiends, so just you take care, alright? By the by, is this your first trip to Gridania? Yes. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. The city of Gridania lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest, lushest forest in all of Eorzea. Though it ain't near as lush as it used to be, saying that. Not since the Calamity laid half of it to waste. The destruction prompted a herd of new nasties to move in, and gave the Ixal unneeded encouragement. Birdman raids have become a daily occurrence. Oh, at long last. Behold, Gridania, the forest nation, blessed by the elementals. And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver my wares, and then it's back to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for keeping me company. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. And that is the opening for Gridania, at least. You there. Yes, you. Your face is not known to me. Newly come to the city, no doubt. I am Bertinet, a woodwhaler of Gridania. It is my duty to protect our nation from her enemies while welcoming those who may yet prove her friends. Let us see which you are. Welcome to Gridania, a vibrant forest nation cradled in the bosom of nature. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. Mouse and keyboard. Oh. So I'm gonna mess with some settings really quick, just to make my life a little easier. There we go, much more visible. Also, going to change character configuration. does. Regardless, we're gonna drop down to initials, and our numbers are gonna change to being probably blue. Lines orange, lines chat is orange, other PCs. What PCs right? Friends, zero friends, pink, white, red, and blue. And we're actually the blue anchor here, just in case you need to see gold. Nope. Lines numbers red orange? No. Red orange, sure. NPCs, fine, fine. Let's display icons. During instances. Any advertise, inputs. Name systems. Initials. Alright. Well, that's everything I'm personally good. Because I barely know anything. But, let's see. The game is public. Streaming is public. But you still deserve a little bit of anonymity. How's that? It can't be private, but it can be anonymous. We're actually just gonna make chat a lot smaller anyways. Oh, okay. There we go. That's probably everything I can think of that I would need to change. We're gonna get rid of the play guide because it just takes up space. Yep. We can begin our adventure. Initiating quests. NPCs offer quests can be recognized by the exclamation mark above their head. Once you've initiated a quest, a prompt appears and details objectives, rewards, etc., etc. Another green adventurer, I presume. I thought as much. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters for your local adventurers guild, in case you were wondering. The Carline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Mune within, and she will take you in hand. We got our first quest. Use the duty list to help you complete your task. Upon accepting a quest, current objectives appear under the quest title on the duty list on the right side of the screen. Clicking on your title will allow you to open the quest in your journal, allowing you to receive objectives and rewards. Because again, this is not my first character, not my first rodeo, what I'm planning to do is go through the game, do pretty much as many quests as I can. I just want to enjoy the game slowly, because the first time I played Final Fantasy, I got to play with an amazing group of people. I'm still friends with them, but again, I'm playing on a different character in a different world, and I kind of just want to take stuff at my own pace and explore and do pretty much every quest that I can before I decide to leave an area, and just kind of enjoy the world. So that is my plan for how I want to play this game on stream. I will still... There's some things I won't do, like I don't plan on getting my relics or anything like that, unless maybe I decide to, I don't know, after I finish an expansion or something. But for the most part, what I really just want to do is enjoy every expansion kind of as it comes, finish up what I can, and then eventually I will, I don't know, get it figured out. Complete your quest by right-clicking NPC with a checkmark. Well, well, what have we here? a wide-eyed and wondering young adventurer. Come to put your name down at the guild, I assume? Welcome. Mion's my name, or Mother Mion as most call me, and the Carling Canopy is my place. As the head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honor of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the Guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people of Gridania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? To an outsider's eyes, all may seem well within our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Ixal and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Garlean Empire to the north, and that is to say nothing of the Calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal. But I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me. 5 years past, Eorzea was well near laid to waste when a dread worm emerged from the lesser moon, Dalamud, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which the people call the Calamity. So, if you were here for the opening movie, that is the Calamity at Cartano. Scarcely a square mom of the Twelveswood was spared the devastation, yet despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how all of it happened. I am well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it's also true. For reasons we can ill explain, the facts surrounding the Calamity are shrouded in mystery. There are as many versions of events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet, amidst the hazy recollections and conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing. Eorzea was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm. And yet, whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. And whenever we try to call their faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amidst a blinding glare. Thus have these adventurers come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Pray, do not feel daunted by the deeds of legend. We do not ask you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust that you will play your part. Press X to doubt. All that's left, then, is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill. Scrawl your name right there. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you used your real name. There is a special place in the 7th Hell for those who use amusing aliases. Camellia Ka, And you're quite sure that isn't an amusing alias? It is an amusing alias. She is named after tea. Very well. From this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Gridania, a nation blessed of the elementals and the bounty of the Twelveswood. The guild expects great things from you. Oh, look what just arrived. Another gobsdamned adventurer. Don't start with that. Adventurers are the very salve that Gridania needs. The elder Seedseer herself bade us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not. Lest you forget, it is my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? Welcome to Gridania. It's kinda racist. Or at least, it's xenophobic. I don't know if it's racist. You. adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the seventh hell. Pay that outburst no mind. He only meant to counsel you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the 12's wood of late, as you see, and the wood whalers feel that they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know, your good self included. Fear not, however. Given a catalogue of exemplary deeds and no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gridania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on Old Mother Mune to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. There's our first quest done, and it's just enough XP to level up. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You have taken the first step as an adventurer into the city of Gridania. Listen well to the wisdom of Mother Mune, and then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that wait you. We're level 2. We've learned some actions and traits. Heavy shot and straight shot. We love being an archer. Main scenario quests. These things are tasks that are easily distinguishable from others by their unique icon. Quests using this icon indicate a task or series of tasks tied to new duties or features you have yet to unlock. This is something that I still struggle with today, even with my complete characters. You need to do the blue quests. The blue quests give you stuff. Always do them. Your scenario guide is a HUD element indicating next available blah 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 blah. It's a really good tutorial, and 4 years in I don't think I need it. Which actually we're gonna move the scenario guide up. There we go. Close to home, Mune, proprietress of the Carline Canopy, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure you have a firm grasp on the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Your first task is to visit the Aetheryte. This massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheryte Plaza, not far from the Carline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetheryte plays a key role in the life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you have located the crystal, all you must do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer you further instruction. For your second task, you are to visit the Archers Guild. There is no better place to learn the art of the bow. Speak with Athelina, and she will explain the benefits of joining the guild. For your third and final task, I would have you visit the market at the heart of Old Gridania's commercial district. There you shall find weapons and armor and all of the various items an adventurer might need on her travels. There is, however, more to the markets than buying and selling goods. Speak with Parsimon Trey and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, so be sure to offer him one of my famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a batch not too long ago. You have your tasks, Camellia. May Naufika guide your path. Oh, and one more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizens in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I am certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, The work they offer is unlikely to be of a realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build a reputation, and in time folks will be more inclined to entrust you with matters of moment. I also suggest you lend an ear to the Smith here in the canopy. The Smiths are trusted representatives of the Adventurers Guild, and are an invaluable source of advice for neophyte heroes seeking to attain greatness. Main menu, character, duty, etc. Sanctuaries. This matters. So you can see down here on a bar I need to move that the crescent moon icon will appear when you enter a sanctuary. You get XP if you log out in sanctuaries, or you get an XP bonus. And it's good to log out here. We're gonna do something really quick called adjusting our character configuration, because it looks like other PC's full names are up, and they should at least have their surname abbreviated. I don't mind if my full name is up, it doesn't bother me. Much better. So if you can ever see someone's full name, they're an NPC. Oh, I'm gonna have to adjust my... That's a lot of sprouts. That's a lot of not sprouts. We have attuned to our first aetheryte. Yay! That lets us do our fast travel and stuff around the realm. It's pretty useful. Also, I think you get experience for attuning to every aetheryte in an aetheryte net. It's been a while since I've had to do that. Greetings, adventurer. I see you are faithfully following Mother Mune's instructions. Allow me to offer you a bit of instruction myself. I am Nisia of the Wood Whalers, and I know a thing or two about the aetheryte. Yes, that big crystal, right there. Aetherites are devices which tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune themselves to each one. Truly, few things in the world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. But you need not locate them all at once. Before rushing out into the wild, I suggest you start with the aetherites found here in Gridania. Should you wish to learn more about the aetherite or transportation magic, I am here to answer your question. We learned Return! The spell Return can be used to instantly travel back to the aetherite that is set as your home point. Casting it does not require MP. So part of the reason that return matters is because if you die out in the wild and there aren't people around to revive you, you can return, I think there's a prompt, and it will just say, hey, go back to my hometown. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that even regular, like, female ARR were so small. She's so tiny. Oh my goodness, she's so tiny. We're gonna finish the close to home stuff first, and then I'm gonna go around picking up some yellow quests. We also need to start Way of the Archer, which will help us get more skills as an archer. A lot of the quests, I kind of just know where they're going to be. Like I said, I think I've played this game for like 4 years, and I'm just kind of used to running around. But there is a really nice map, and there's always lots of important waymarks on your map, like chocobo porters, things like that. You now have access to the Aethernet. Quick travel throughout the city can be achieved by placing your hand upon Aethernet shards. So we can use any of these small ones to either go back to the big one or to go to other small ones. And the big ones also let you go to different cities and things like that. Quiver's Hold. Thank you. I don't need a free company right now. You found your way to the Archers Guild. Do you seek to uncover the secrets of our art? Ah, now that I think on it, you have the look of one who has received Mother Mune's gentle instruction. Very well, I shall give you a brief introduction to archery and the Archers Guild. The skills practiced by our archers allow them to gauge an enemy's weakness from afar, and turn the tide of battle with a single, well-placed arrow. Should you join us, you will be taught to do the same. Archery as practiced in Gridania was born of two distinct styles of bowmanship. The very first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elizan who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Makote. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the Twelveswood home. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another, their two schools of archery intermingling to give birth to the art as it is known today. For a time, the bow was used primarily for hunting, but as the hunters vied with one another to prove who was the better shot, there emerged a group of archers whose ultimate goal lay not in the pursuit of prey, but in perfection. Thus was the Archers Guild born from the ranks of the Trappers League. It is the way of the guild to promote greatness in archery through friendly competition, and the results of our methods can be seen in the vaunted archers of the God's Quiver, many of whom spent their formative years loosing arrows at the guild's practice butts. I hope this gives you a better idea of who we are and what we do here. Oh, did I see the spark of ambition flare within your eyes? If you wish to draw a string with the finest archers in Eorzea, look no further than the Archers Guild. Okay, I said I was going to do everything, but I forgot how long-winded some of the early quests can be. Before you can enlist, you must gain the approval of the Guildmaster. Once you're ready to proceed, speak with me again, and we can see about your enrollment. We don't actually have to speak to anybody else. We can just say, yeah, I want to be here. They also give you food, which is very nice. Food is really useful when you start going into dungeons and things like that, because it gives you XP buffs. It also gives you skill buffs. The look in your eye bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucane. Lest you worry unduly, Lucane is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Lucane awaits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her, and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. An Aliapo, big cat clan. We'll meet more of them later. Oh my goodness. Everyone's so much taller than me. I'm so not used to this. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucane, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have willingness to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows you to strike at the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast destructive force of a sword or a spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for this shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize the enemy by striking a leg, or sap its strength with a poison arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weaknesses. With the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye in its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities, swiftly and surely. Any half-wit can bend a bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You should be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete this journey? Yes, we will dedicate ourselves to archery. Very well. Before proceeding any further, I must needs gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I assign you the following trial. Slay squirrels, ladybugs, and funguars that roam just beyond the city gates. 3 of each should suffice. In so doing, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers Guild. Report back to me when your task is accomplished. I doubt that it will trouble you unduly. That row woman is so tall. While we're here, even though we're gonna have to come back and do our archer quest, we're gonna pick this up real quick. I'm not pronouncing that. The F-Cat Lady of the Archers Guild wishes you to deliver a sealed message to the markets. That's great, because I'm going to be going to the markets anyway. Hail, adventurer. Might you have a moment? I'm in need of a trustworthy soul to deliver a message to Parnell. You may find her in the shaded bower in the midst of the markets. Why would I not simply go and speak with her myself? Well, as I'm sure you've observed, Gridanians have a tendency to be rather, I mean, in person, they can be, well, they're a little on the prickly side. The matter is not urgent. Simply hand over the message the next time that you find yourself in the market. Please, as a favor, from one adventurer to another. That's great. We're actually going to head that way so we can finish this quest, and we're going to finish course correspondence as well. I love Gridania at nighttime. It's so pretty. sought to speak with Parsemontre. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsemontre, the master of the market? You think you can stroll in here, bold as you please, and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant does not for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry my favor, then I might reconsider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mion's handiwork, and more specifically, her baking. Don't look so surprised, lass. I smelled that eel pie of yours a malm away. Hand it over. So, most people know this. It took me a year to figure this out. You can right-click things, and it will just take them from your inventory, and you can hand them over. Ugh, that flaky crust. Just divine. Well, I'm a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer needs look no further than the rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you'd best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods the province of the rosewood stalls, directly south of here. You'll be pleased to learn the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps or the like. If it is potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the ebony stall. The shelves there are lavishly stocked by widely traveled Uldan merchants, and I may truly say that I have seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarcely knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? The first step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with price and profit. There's little more I can teach you with mere words. Go, peruse the stalls, and see for yourself what wares they offer. There is no substitute for first-hand experience, after all, and I'm weary of talking. Unless you have another eel pie. We're also going to grab a level 2 quest from him. Parsemontre Economics. The master of the markets, Parsemontre, is willing to permit an adventurer to assist him in fulfilling an order from the Lancers Guild. It gives us shards. Shards matter most often when you are crafting, just because you need them as a requirement to craft items. I take it my previous explanation did not suffice to sate your curiosity. Very well. If you wish to know more of the market, I shall give you a practical education, free of charge. As master of the market, I entertain many requests from this order from the whalers, for example, but I delegate their fulfillment to my hirelings, that I may tend to such tasks that I alone am capable of performing. For your personal betterment, I shall delegate the fulfillment of this particular request to you. I bid you search the stalls for a bone spearhead, a pot of beeswax oil, a length of bramblewood rope, and deliver them to Singulid of the Lancers Guild. There is much and more to be found in these stalls, if you have the dedication to seek it, and the coin to procure it. However, as my representative, you need only offer my name as payment. None will deny me. In fact, many will be all too eager to part with their wares, so numerous are the debts that I am owed. A fine proposition, is it not? I'm spared a simple task, and you gain priceless mercantile experience. Why, I should rightly charge you for such an opportunity. But worry not. I am a man of my word, and the terms will stand. Deliver the goods to Singulid, and she may even see fit to reward you. Greetings, madam. Might you be looking to secure the services of a retainer? I'm not, but I have a letter for you. What's this? A missive from Cat Lady, you say? Whatever could it be about? Let me see now. She wants to know about the available stock of potions at the market. Hardly a matter that requires a letter, much less the hiring of a courier. Why could she not ask the question in person? Something tells me adventurers from beyond our borders find Gridinians somewhat difficult to deal with. Are we truly so devoid of warmth? If we mistrust outsiders, it is only because so many of them have brought chaos to the Twelveswood. And such sins as theirs are not soon forgotten. Yet, I suppose we might endeavor to be a little less cold. Let's speak with Alaric, the independent tinkerer. He's gonna give us a length of rope. You got discerning eyes, miss. The craftsmanship's truly something, ain't it? Perfect for securing any manner of parchment-tray. If I never hear that bloody name again, it'll be too soon. And here I was thinking I might actually make a gill today. Here, take the damn brambleweed rope and bugger off. While I'm here, I'm actually going to grab another Aethernet shard. Just to make moving back here a little easier. We also need to speak to Admiranda. Welcome, welcome. Huh? At the behest of good Master Parchment-tray, you say? To what do we owe the pleasure of your company today, milady? May I take this opportunity to say that it is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Ah, but you must have your beeswax oil without delay. Yes, yes. Feel free to take as much as you require. And you will of course inform Master Parchment-tray that I was only too happy to accommodate his needs, yes? I don't think people like him very much. I don't know if you ever have to deal with him again. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, lass. We ain't open yet. Oh, one of Parchment-tray's? Well, and what was it you said you wanted? A bone spearhead? Ah, here she is. Take it, and tell that bastard we're square. That's right, I have to take them back to the Archers Guild. Which I have yet to go to. Other direction. I now have access to the Lancers Guild. What business have you with me, adventurer? You come upon the bidding of Master Parchment-tray? So soon? I'm impressed. I placed my order only a short time ago, yet here are all the items I requested. Truly, Master Parchment-tray is every bit as resourceful as they say. You're fortunate to work under such a man, and you would do well to mold yourself in his image if you have any aspirations as a merchant. We still have to go back to Mother Mune and slay some critters. But we're gonna grab another quest really quick. Quarrels is squirrels. Boislaw of the Lancers Guild wants a fledgling adventurer to deal with a squirrel problem. Ah, a fresh-faced adventurer, the very manner of person I'd wish to meet. The Lancers Guild is looking for someone to track down and exterminate half a dozen squirrels. These infernal pests have been squeezing in under our floorboards every evening for the past several moons and gnawing away at the support pillars. That sounds like a problem for sure. They have yet to inflict any serious structural damage, thank the builder, but I hesitate to bring such a trifling matter before the wood whalers or the god's quiver. Hence my delight at your timely arrival. Why, an adventurer who could not dispatch such woodland nuisances is not worthy of the name. Not here in Gridania, at any rate. And you know what becomes of incapable adventurers. But perhaps it is best you do not. The squirrels of which I spoke can be found in the central shroud. Return to me once you have disposed of them, assuming this task is not beyond you. For your sake, I sincerely hope it's not. I believe what he is referring to is just the fact that a lot of people in this world who can't become adventurers become, thieves instead. It's probably the best way to put it. Or dead. They sometimes become dead. A good adventurer is hard to find. Bernadette, searching for adventurers eager to prove their mettle. Newly come to Gridania, are you, in search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you to speak to Shantislew of the God's Quiver. Shantislew? Shantislew. You may find him standing vigil before the Archers Guild. The creatures of the Twelveswood have begun behaving most unnaturally of late, and it has fallen to the God's Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, they seek able adventurers to supplement their ranks. I'm certain that your offer of aid would be well received. Bernadette sent you to me? Huh. Well, inexperienced or not, if you wish to prove your worth to the people of Gridania, you were right to come. You do wish to prove yourself, do you not? We're gonna take population control because we get a cool hat out of it. Look at our possibly cool hat. Ordinarily, the forest funguars that inhabit the central shroud are not more than a nuisance. However, we have received reports that vast clouds of the creature's spores have rendered parts of the Twelveswood impassable, and ruined crops besides. We periodically cull the funguar population in order to prevent such occurrences, but the creatures have taken to spawning out of season, making it ever more difficult to keep their numbers in check. Though this is indeed a troubling development, the God's Quiver has more pressing concerns and can ill afford to waste time fighting funguars. If you wish to prove yourself, go to the central shroud and exterminate 6 of these pests. Use caution and approach them one at a time, lest your adventuring career be cut disappointingly short. I think we have enough quests that require us to go stab stuff. So we'll go get all of that done. Achievement unlocked. Mapping the realm. You have received your first achievement. Achievements are earned by reaching milestones during your adventures in Eorzea. So, you can see that they have these icons above their names, and that means we need to get rid of them to fulfill a quest. So we've got a couple different ones, but we're gonna take out a little ladybug. Unfortunately, this is not the most exciting part of the game until you get through to dungeons and things like that, but you gotta start somewhere. Also, there is this massive, thankfully non-hostile, treant sapling, like right there, and it's better not to mess with stuff that's too far above your level right away. Because you can and will get ground into the dirt, and I know this because, well, yeah. I forgot I have to slay funguars, which are these kind of creepy little mushroom dudes. There's a fate nearby. I will explain fates once I'm done getting rid of these guys. Don't they kind of freak you out a little bit? We've gained Raging Strikes, which increases the amount of damage we can deal for 20 seconds. A lot of stuff you're gonna notice in actions and traits is stuff that as you kind of grow as a character, you'll get better iterations of it. They really just make you stronger, and that's about it. I suppose I could have used return. Oh well. Good heavens, there's lots of people on Exodus right now. That poor guy's disconnecting. Let's speak with Mother Mion. The conquering hero returns. You've completed my little tasks, I trust. The 3 locations you visited will feature prominently in your life as an adventurer. and it is best that you grow familiar with them as soon as possible. And you took the time to listen to the woes of the citizenry? I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to lend your talents to one and all, no matter how trivial the matter may seem. And that's what we're going to try and do. I am thankful that you are an obliging sort, Camellia. It is adventurers like you who will win the hearts of the locals and pave the way for those who follow. I pray Gridania can rely on your aid in its struggles to come. We're gonna make sure we pick up our level 4 quest, now that we're level 4. Camellia, have you visited the Bannock in your wanderings? It is a training ground found just outside the city where the soldiers of the Order of the Twin Adder are drilled in swordplay and other martial matters. I mention this because an acquaintance of mine, a gentleman by the name of Galfred, is an instructor there, and I think you may be of use to him. Go and introduce yourself and find out if there is anything you can do to help. Mind you, do not stray too far from the path. The 12's Wood is no place for merry strolls through the underbrush. We are going to come back and probably do some smith quests once we get some green things turned in. Also, if you happen to be like, oh, you just unlocked all these Aethernet shards, why aren't you using them? I frequently forget. I forget all the time. Well, well, the fledgling adventurer returns, and none the worse for wear by the looks of it. Huh, you may yet be of use to this nation. On behalf of Gridania, I thank you. Let's see, we can either wear an eye patch or a big hat. I think I prefer the big hat. Oh, I have to be level 5 to wear the big hat. Well, I'll be there pretty soon. Welcome back, Camellia. It would seem you have successfully completed the trial. You've proven yourself worthy of a place within these halls. It is with great pleasure that I name you an archer of the guild. As fellows of the path, let us strive together for greater mastery of our art. Now, though you may be a member of the Archers Guild, know that your seniors will not coddle you with personal attention. It is up to you to seek out the experiences that you need to grow as an archer. To this end, I present you with this hunting log. Written within are the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge. Should you find yourself lacking direction, you would do well to refer to this log. By way of a first step, I encourage you to practice proper technique, loose arrow after arrow, paying close attention to form until the movement becomes a second nature. When drawing your bowstring has become as natural as drawing breath, and the world seems clearer when viewed down the shaft of an arrow, return to me. Go well, my young apprentice. Your next archer quest will be available upon reaching level 5. Maybe I should have turned in other things first. Oh, well that works. Hunting log obtained. Your hunting log is a record of your completion of tasks involving the slaying of certain creatures. We can bring that up and each section has 10, which, yeah, just kind of takes you through most of level 50. I really wish this was something they had stuck with. I would love to get XP rewards for just kind of going around and smacking things, but they didn't keep up with that, unfortunately. Cute. Good evening to you, Camellia. I felt it was about time you returned. I didn't go anywhere. Have you grown more accustomed to the bow? Before we go any further, I wish to ensure that you have grasped the fundamental essence of archery. Tell me, do you truly understand what it means to see clearly? To see clearly is not merely to look, it is to observe with intent. If you fail to do this, no amount of talent with a bow will avail you. An archer must remain vigilant for any trace of their target, overlooking not the smallest detail, lest it prove crucial to the realization of his purpose. He must, in short, see clearly. The coming task will test your powers of observation. A number of targets have been hidden through the city, and I would have you seek out and destroy them. Each will fall easily to your heavy shot technique, and when you have completed this task, return to me, and we will continue. I don't remember ever actually doing this. Also, my favorite part of this game is that unless you are a black mage, you can run and shoot things at the same time. Let's see. Sure, there's another one around here somewhere. Oh, I went beyond my circle. So, in this game, it will give you quests, and most of your quest objectives will appear in circles. They're not usually this big, but, yeah. Aha, there it is. Came looking to hire a chocobo porter, I'm afraid I must... Oh, that's right. I have to be level 10 to hire a chocobo porter. Which... chocobo porters are a way to get around that they built into the game. Kind of as a alternative to mounts or using oh, I am done. Okay. Or using your Ethernet. And I am kind of a fan of using them. They just kind of take you on a predetermined path through areas. It's usually really pretty. I don't think they're available everywhere. Oops. This next trial will test your powers of observation in battle. Travel to the North Shroud and there put down 8 microchews and 8 opo-opos. In contrast to the inanimate and wholly unthreatening targets of the previous trial, these creatures may be relied upon to move around and fight back. Nor are those the only differences. Being comparatively numerous, microchews and opo-opos are anything but difficult to find, and yet you may be assured that this task will test your powers of observation, albeit in a different manner. This time, you will need to evaluate the ability of your opponent. In so doing, you will learn, among other things, that microchews produce a poison that can quickly sap one's strength, while opo-opos, like archers, possess the advantage of range. Knowing their strengths, how will you go about mitigating them? If you commence your attack before identifying an effective strategy, you will soon be made to regret your folly. But if you take the time to observe your target from afar, you will surely glean the knowledge necessary to defeat them. I look forward to hearing of your success. She's right. A big part of things like this is really just I don't know, learning how to avoid attacks and when to attack and things of that nature. Those squirrels are dealt with then. Very good. I'm pleased to see you've proven yourself useful. What's that? You wonder what happens to adventurers who fail to complete such trifling tasks? Why, such sluggards soon find there is no place for them within the city. And where do they end up after leaving Gridania? Well, you shall hear the truth of that before long. They usually become bandits, or dead. Oh, okay, I have to leave Gridania to get to the Bannock. So earlier they gave us the hunting log, and that is what that icon is for. When things are in your hunting log and you haven't finished hunting them yet, they are marked like that. So let's just get those cleared out real quick, because they do give you a good amount of XP for getting them taken care of. Ta-da! So that is You get 75 and 180 experience for doing those specific ones, and then as you finish out your hunting log, it gives you a complete bonus, which is so nice. For like the first, I want to say it gets you through the first like 60 levels. It's just a nice addition to doing your actual quests. I feel like a problem we are going to have, which I'm fine with, it doesn't bother me, is that we are going to be past level 50 before we get to level 50 quests. Hello, Galfred. Greetings, Camellia Ka. Mune sent word to expect you. My name is Galfred, and I am responsible for training our Twin Adder recruits. I thank you for volunteering your assistance. Twelveswood is much changed since the calamitous arrival of the 7th Umbral Era 5 years ago. The power of the elementals wanes, and harmony of the forest gives way to chaos. A great abundance of life has been lost as the strong run rampant, stifling the weak and new-sprung. Although it may not appear so to the eyes of the outsider, the Twelveswood is ailing, its once rich variety of fading memory. For the citizens of Gridania, the restoration of the forest is a sacred duty, and it is my hope that adventurers such as you will offer to aid them in their struggle. Listen to their requests and do all that you can. May the elementals bless your endeavors. Nice. New action. Second new action. Venomous Bite is a attack that also has a dot attached to it. And then Leg Graze gives critters heavy, which means they slow down a lot. We're gonna get a hat and new boots. Perfect, it's raining, so we needed new boots. I see you are eager to lend a hand, that is well. But I cannot, in good conscience, send you into the forest until I have established that your equipment is equal to the task. It bears repeating that, in the 5 years since the dawn of the 7th Umbral Era, many of the Twelveswood's creatures have transformed into vicious, bloodthirsty monsters. Venturing into the forest without proper gear is tantamount to suicide. I suggest you take some time to evaluate your equipment. Once you deem your armor to be of sufficient quality, present yourself to me for inspection. Equip your head, body, hands, and feet with gear of item level 5 or above before returning. So I will need body, hands, and legs. Sub Kamazam. A soldier at the Bannock wants you to track down some initiates which failed to appear for training. Ah, perfect timing. I was just looking for a likely lass to track down some Twin Adder initiates. 3 of our nearest recruits have failed to report for training, exhausted from a month of solid drills, I expect. Considering their current physical state, I rather doubt they've wandered far. Oh gods, please don't mention wild beasts, or blood. They're fine, I'm sure of it. Seek out my wayward troops, and tell them to report back to me on the double. Morlin, a serpent at the Bannock, is seeking a volunteer to gather materials used in the training of recruits. Ho there, adventurer, if it is work that you seek, look no further. Instructor Maristel needed a volunteer to bring some bog Yarzan shells for the recruits to practice on. You'll find Yarzans in the river south of here. Once you've pried the carapaces from 4 of them, take them to the instructor. Just a few more moments, Mother. Huh? Sergeant Kamazam. Oh, F droppings. I must be late for training. Can you not see I am attempting to become one with nature? Leave me be, good madam. What? Sergeant Kamazam sent you? Matron's teats! I better get back before she makes her boot one with my backside. The writing in Realm Reborn is so fun. It really, really is. I know that people are like, oh, it's wordy and boring. And to some degree they're right. It's very fantasy novel, if you will. But I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. It definitely makes you feel like you're somewhere different. Wonder where we're gonna find our 3rd hiding initiate. Also, don't ever do what I'm doing. Do not walk in front of people who are shooting arrows. That should be easy enough to figure out, but it's not safe. Don't do it. What am I stuck on? Oh, the log. You do sometimes get stuck on geometry in a game this old. Not like that's the worst thing in the world, but... Not like not being able to find the last guy you're supposed to find. Arguably kind of embarrassing. Aha. I guess I didn't go this way. Just a soothing sound. Someday I shall build a home by the river. Huh? Who are... You say the surgeon's looking for me? How long have I been here? What bell is it now? Stand aside. I must make haste. Thank you, Camellia. All of the initiates are now present and accounted for. It is always the same, you know. A handful of recruits invariably lose focus a short while after being assigned to their new unit. That first rush of attention and excitement wears off, and the strain from constant drills begins to show. Reprimanding them isn't always the best solution, though. I've got their morale to think about, after all. Still, I might give them a quick blast for good measure. What can I say? That is one battle I'm not afraid to fight. Achievement unlocked. Let's view our achievements. Complete 10 unique quests. And we have visited the Central Shroud. Nice. We have 15 achievement points, which I think there's a place you can use achievement points at least the first couple times. Or, yeah. You can get, like, pets and stuff. Minions. Not me using only the minimap to get around. Whoops. We're gonna take out the Fs, but we're gonna try really hard not to attack the sprites. Sprites are just more of a pain when you're lower level, or when you're higher level, or in general. And I'm sure you can see me avoiding it. The big yellow or orange areas tell you where not to stand. Don't stand in the bed. I am sure you noticed that these guys have a little arrow symbol, and because it's red, that means they'll attack me on their own. I don't have to hit them first. Have you come to train? No, I came to give you bog Yarzen shells. Huh? Not a new recruit. Then what? Oh, the Yarzen shells that I ordered Morriland to requisition. I see he's learned to delegate authority, if nothing else. Now that I have these carapaces, I can set my recruits to some specialized drills. They are already adept at hitting a target, of course, but what they need practical knowledge of is exactly where a monster like the Yarzen is most vulnerable. Thanks to your efforts, I have no doubt they will fare better against the creatures when called upon. You should be proud of yourself. Both they and the Bannock are safer for your help. I'm going to get some actual level 5 gear, and from there on out, I just realized my model's glitching really bad. That's okay, we can close that. We can get some... That's what happens when you sit too low, and you have a camera on your face. Get some gear. We have a headpiece, we need that, gloves, and pants. Usually hitting recommended is fine. In most cases it will give you what you need. Sometimes if you want certain stats or whatever, I wouldn't pick it because it just messes up sometimes. But that's about it. Okay, so that's an area we haven't been yet. But we're gonna go there. I don't think it's gonna be too hard to just get to level 10 today. Considering we're already most of the way. That's the Lancers Guild, so I do have that already. So this is we're going to talk to Jonathan, the master of the roles. He takes care of the achievement stuff. And so you can exchange your achievement stuff for items, like a ribbon for your hair that gives you stats and looks very Furion, and he's doing whatever it wants in my hair. Or the fat chocobo head, which I know a lot of people own. So we've crossed the Yellow Serpent Gate, which means we have 2 Mapping the Realm achievements. Yay! Part of the reason we're out here is because we have to murder critters that are higher level than we are. I think part of what they want to teach you is use your damage over time stuff, because I think it lasts for almost a minute, and it really makes it easier. It really, really does. To have damage ticking down on something that's higher level than you. I'll recover a little bit of health. I always forget how much more difficult a game can be when you don't have 5 billion health. And a critter is lobbing stones at you. I've gained a roll action. Roll actions are spells and weapon skills assigned to all classes within a roll, rather than a specific class. Which means, now that I am level 8 and I have Second Wind, I can play any other ranged physical DPS at level 8 and I will have the same action. So, it's honestly just kind of nice. I wonder how many midge swarms I need to... 4. I'll get them on the way back, I guess. Also, the music out here is some of my favorite. I like spending lots of time in Gridania just because the music for the area is really good. Another thing you might notice is, I know I mentioned this symbol. If you look on my mini-map, yeah, I guess it's just on the mini-map. Oh well. You can kind of see little dots moving around. That's these guys. They really want you to know where they are. As long as it's for a quest, they pop up. I've been poisoned. I will take damage over time. Because if I can poison things, they can poison things, right? Also, these things make the worst noise known to man. Ew. I got pollen goo all over me. Also, they don't do it in this area, but you will notice when we go to other areas where there's critters that are actually hostile. If you attack one of them, it will draw more than one of them. Just how the aggro works out. Annoying if you're playing alone. So something you can definitely do is slow down an enemy and then run away from it. The range for attacks just works out a little better that way. Sometimes. I believe you also get, you get XP bonuses for chaining together, defeating critters. So, yeah. If I actually have chat open, you get a 20%, then 25%, then 30% bonus. So if you do more stuff in succession, it does add up. Ta-da! Do I have anything else around here? That says North Shroud. Maybe I can see where some mitlings are. Before I go back. It says it's in Tree Speak. Oh, okay, so I'm headed back towards Tree Speak. Also, I'm so happy I don't have to live in a world where there are bugs as big as me. Oops, we're gonna not go towards the Ixals. Because they're hostile and they will attack us. should be all 4. Yep. Cool. So I'm sure you can see, if I hit home, these guys. These are the guys we saw in the opening cinematic. And they are birdmen, basically. We're just gonna return. And there's some tensions between the people that live in Gridania and the birdmen. Oh well. I'll present myself for inspection and then I'll come back. Ready for inspection, are we? Right then. Eyes forward, back straight. Yes, I think you pass muster. You'd be surprised how many young, promising soldiers get themselves killed rushing off into the woods without first donning a decent set of armor. Your equipment, however, should provide the required degree of protection. Consider yourself ready for duty, Camellia. We're gonna get a short bow out of the deal. And it's gonna let us do 3 more points of damage. Yay! Camellia, by your tireless efforts you have proven yourself a friend to Gridania, and I believe you can be trusted with sensitive intelligence. I would assign you a mission of considerable import, yet the need for secrecy prevents me from disclosing its details until you have pledged your participation. I am authorized to tell you only that it concerns suspicious activity in the Twelveswood. Say that you will lend us your aid, and I shall proceed with the briefing. We're gonna accept. Good. Time is of the essence, so listen well. You will by now have heard about a suspicious individual that has been seen prowling the Twelveswood. And you may also be aware that XIV activity has risen sharply in the region of late. What you may not know is that this increase coincided almost exactly with the first recorded sighting of the aforementioned individual. Suspecting a connection, we tightened our surveillance in hopes of tracking down our unknown visitor. Alas, our query is proving to be exceedingly elusive, almost as if he knows our movements ahead of time. But where whole units have failed, a lone adventurer may yet succeed. Acting independently and covertly, you may be able to close in on our quarry unnoticed. Fear and anxiety are beginning to take their toll upon the citizenry, Camellia. For their sake, I ask you aid us in this investigation. You have my gratitude. With your help, I am hopeful we will shed light upon this mystery. Begin your search at Lifemen's Stump. It is there the majority of the sightings took place. Be forewarned, my people cannot offer you support, lest our quarry catch scent of our presence and evade us yet again. Proceed with caution. On some quests you will encounter objects, shiny, which you can interact with simply by approaching and right-clicking. We are gonna do that later. We're gonna finish up a matter of perspective and probably do 1 or 2 more quests in town. Like I said, I just want to get to level 10, and so far we're sitting pretty at 8. So, because 10 will let us hire a chocobo porter and just unlock some other stuff, I believe. That just makes it a little easier to get things done. This isn't my home server originally, and I'm kind of impressed just how lively this server is. The one I'm usually on is congested right now, so I can't play there. But welcome back, young Camellia. Tell me, were you able to put your techniques to good use? When faced with an enemy who can attack from a distance, simply raining arrows upon it is wasteful and dangerous both. The battle would be naught more than a contest of strength. By employing the appropriate technique, however, one may bring down one's foe with greater ease and fewer arrows. For instance, you may choose to prime your weapon well and strike hard, or employ toxins to sap their strength over time. On the assumption that this fact dawned upon you prior to the fall of your 16th target, I congratulate you on passing the trial. Lee, Sylvar, what is your honest evaluation? Not bad, if you ask me. The adventurer pulls a good bow and is enthusiastic besides. A pleasure to meet you. My name is Lee Aliapo, and this is my 2nd year at the guild. It's quite plain that you have talent with a bow, but you must take care to mind your surroundings when you're pursuing a target. I had my eye on you for the duration of your trial, but not once did you notice my presence. Mind your surroundings? That's rich coming from you. Your every movement is wasteful, adventurer. Your back is crooked, your elbows are misaligned. It takes you an age to prime your bow and twice as long to loose an arrow. In summary, you fail on all accounts. You have no talent as an archer, none whatsoever. I shall say it plain, Lucanne. This woman is not fit to wield a bow. For our sake, and for hers, we should revoke her membership. As I've always said, outsiders can scarce be expected to understand, never mind master, our noble art. We waste our breath trying to teach her like. Well, allow me to introduce you to Sylvar, our comrade at the butts. The fellow was once of the God's Quiver, you see, but he can be a little opinionated when it comes to archery. Oh, but you mustn't pay him any heed. He's like that to everyone. You'd be lucky to get much sense out of a fossil-brained wildwood Ellison like him at the best of times. With them, it's always 12s with this, and elementals that, and... no offense intended, Lucanne. None taken, Lee. I know full well that some of my kind can be prideful to excess and intolerant of other races. Although people may behold the same object, ever will they say different things. There is no right or wrong to it, for it is a question of perspective. What matters is the perspective we choose to adopt. You are possessed of bright eyes, Camellia, eyes which bespeak great understanding. They shan't lead you astray, so trust them, and to what they see. Go now and resume your training. I look forward to making your progress. marking your progress when next we meet. Some elves are racist. Who would have guessed? I want the slightly better tunic. We can come back here when we're actually level 10. Until then, let's go pick up some quests. I don't need very many. Let's check out Tata Sosa and Celestine. Tata Sosa needs someone to return an iron snaffle he accidentally took from Tree Speak Stables. What the? This isn't a... I must have mistaken this metal bit for a nut whilst out foraging for food in the forest. Okay. A spare snaffle misplaced by some sorry soul from Tree Speak Stables, I suspect. It was in their vague vicinity that I amassed the majority of my masticable morsels. Well, I've already had a hefty helping of these here nuts, so I won't be walking for a while. Might I trouble you to take this to Tree Speak Stables in my stead? Prior to parting, pray speak to Barnabonten at the Yellow Serpent Gate. Listen well to his directions, or you're liable to get lost. Celestine, a world-weary veteran of many adventures, is looking for an inexperienced young soul to make a delivery on her behalf. Hey, girl, you seem unoccupied. You know the Bannock I trust? Fancy taking a bag of basic provisions over there for me? It's not too heavy, mostly filled with dried meat and other bland rations. It's a straightforward job that I'd do with a smile and spring in my step, if I were 10 years younger. Alas, my tastes have matured, evolved, advanced to a higher level, you might even say. But it's a perfect little task for someone fresh-faced like you. Worry not, you'll receive appropriate compensation upon delivery, which you may keep with my blessings. Well, look who it is. It's Suve again. A delivery, eh? You're certain you weren't followed? Yes, this is what I requested. Strange. I was expecting someone with rather more experience. I usually balk at such outrageous payments prior to delivery. Honestly, I'm amazed you made it this far. These woods are teeming with anoles and other nasties, ready to make a quick meal of the unprepared. I commend your bravery and thank you for your trouble. Here, take the remainder of the fee. I should be very happy to employ you again. Wait, did you see that? It looked like an anole. Quickly, go before you bring it here and get us all killed. that's level 12 fate, level 30. I guess I'll take care of some water sprites, huh? I will wander to this next aetheryte and attune. And then I think I have some mail to pick up. I have now learned teleport because I am attuned to 2 different aetherytes. Greetings, tall one. I'm a delivery Moogle, Kupo. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Moogles are supposed to hide in trees and avoid contact with outsiders. Why ever would they agree to carry about letters? Why indeed? If I had my way, I'd be curled up under a canopy of nice oak, dreaming about some beautiful mooglet with a rainbow-colored pom-pom, Kupo. But no, the moon had to go and drop from the sky, causing all sorts of terrible commotion. Aetherytes were shattered, and link pearls rendered useless. For moons, the poor, wingless people of Eorzea had no way of communicating with one another, beyond screaming at the top of their lungs. Which no one really approved of, Kupo. That is, until the little horned ones asked us to assist them by delivering messages. At first we were wary of showing ourselves, worried that one of you might catch and skin us, like you do every other forest furry. But once we saw how much we were appreciated, we knew we'd found our new calling. And I personally promised to try and not to read anything along the way, Kupo. Look what we have here, 17 new letters. Because unfortunately, yeah. I've been playing this game for 4 years, and I have a bunch of minions I need to get rid of. Ah yes, the Cloud Strife gear. So the earrings I picked up give you extra XP, I think, yeah, when you're level 90 and below. Always nice to have. I think something similar to that is included with every collector's edition, most collector's editions for the expansions. I don't remember. I love you, Aetherite tickets. Nothing quite like saving some gil when you only have 500 gil. On an errand for that glutton of a Lalafell, past this gate and to the west, you'll find Treespeak Stables. If memory serves, that iron snaffle of yours looks like the kind they use in chocobo bridles. Bodwin would be the fellow to ask about that, of course. He looks after the chocobos there, you see. It could be well that he has need of that snaffle. If I remember correctly, a snaffle is the little, like, ring thingy that goes on the side of a bit that goes in, like a horse's mouth. Yes, my favorite thing to see play out. Sometimes because of where this NPC is placed and where the critters spawn, they'll just fight each other. It's just that simple. Where's that damn thing gone this time? Oh, I ain't looking for a chocobo, although one of the birds is becoming a proper bloody handful. No, it's the snaffle for her bridle that I'm after. Bugger's gone and vanished, you see. Our snaffles are made special, to fit each chocobo's beak, like. So replacing even a tiny snaffle like the one in your... Bugger me, is that... Aye, 'tis the selfsame one we lost. But why is it so sticky? And are these teeth marks? Stranger, I don't know what foul beast's gob you found this in, or what providence delivered you, the hero that slew it, to me here today, but you've my deepest thanks. With this here snaffle I can finally get back to train that yellow-feathered menace of mine. Take this with my thanks. If you want for work, I have need of an adventurer willing to dirty their hands. No, I speak not of dark deeds. I mean only to have you deliver something. I myself would not venture deep into the Twelves Wood, but you seem more than capable of defending yourself. My colleague Gillian will furnish you with the item in question, and provide you all the necessary directions. She should be somewhere behind the stables, supervising the field hands. Well, I'll be. Vion actually found someone willing to lend a hand. Grab one of them burlap sacks over yonder, atop the crate. Aye. 'Tain't the most convenient location, to be sure, but where else can we store this? Not store that stinkin' shite. Nowhere a visiting customer might catch a whiff, that's for sure. Deliver it to Nolanel down at the Blessed Bud. That's west of here, in case you were wondering. Seems our conjurer friend takes his gardenin' pretty bloomin' seriously. Oh. It's chocobo poo. No one wants to move chocobo poo, so they'll pay me to do it. Part of being an adventurer is getting paid to do everything, basically. That odor. Is that what I think it is? Praise be to the elementals. I cannot thank you enough for your kindness. This bounty of chocobo manure shall nourish the plants and ensure their continued growth. Please relay my sincerest thanks to Vion upon your return to Treespeak Stables, and a word of advice, wash your hands quickly, lest the cloying stench of feces linger. I'll keep that in mind. Although it's raining, so I guess I could just rub them on the ground. Welcome back, friend. I gather from that smell the task is complete? Oh, my, did I neglect to inform you of the sack's contents? I cannot apologize enough. That would certainly explain why you agreed to help when countless others turned their noses up at the idea, so to speak. Well, what's done is done. Accept this for your troubles, along with my thanks. If you have a mind to make yourself useful, why don't you cull some Mitelands for us? We train a lot of chocobos here, see, and the young'uns go wild when they get a sniff of a Miteland. Some even throw their bloomin' riders. Let me tell you, it ain't easy training the chocobo when she drops you on your head every time she sees a shadow. We've been getting nowhere with the birds lately. If you could rid us of a few Mitelands, we'd be in your debt. We'd be willing to be in your debt. I can't believe they want you to kill 6 of them. We're gonna do our first fate. Just to kind of cap this off. XIV scouts have been spotted near Treespeak. Locate the invaders and drive them from the forest by any means necessary. The any means necessary pretty much always means shooting something. Unfortunately. Gridania's very, like, oh, we have to bring balance to things. And then unfortunately, because this is an MMO, the balance to things you bring is usually kill enemies. And that's just how games work, I guess. It doesn't really ever get any better than that. Once a fate is complete, a window detailing your reward will be displayed. Rewards are distributed to all event participants and are based not only on success, but individual contributions. And I think you usually get less if you're under-leveled? Over-leveled? Might be both. Sometimes you can jump up stone walls really easily, and then sometimes you can't. Thank you for your help. We can finally get back to training the younger birds. Chocobos are skittish by nature, see, and training them takes a deal of patience. They don't make the task any easier that soldiers and adventurers tend to ride them towards danger rather than away from it. Any road, we're grateful for the help. Here's a small token of our gratitude. Yay! I've reached level 10 and got just talking about Shafts 1. To kind of just cap off the episode, I'm going to just be probably logging out in Gridania, because like I said earlier, or I guess like the game told you earlier, it's best to log out in a sanctuary, because you will get XP rewards, or XP bonuses, when you're well rested. So, let's head back to town. But, yeah. That's that for now. Probably gonna head back to the main guild area and log out there. And I want to thank y'all for joining me in playing through the beginning of Final Fantasy XIV again. Let's go get out of the rain. Thank you for watching the back of a dragon girl run everywhere. Oops. Goodbye.